Right here I have Fitbit's new Charge 6, or you can call it Google's Charge 6. I'm going to be going over the specifications, the fitness, and its sleep tracking, go over the app a little bit, and really, is it right for you? Let's go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, this is coming in at $160, and it does come with 6 months of built-in Fitbit Premium. I will be going over that a little later in the video. Also, when you do set up, you do need a Google account. You no longer can use your old Fitbit account, as they kind of moved everything to the new app, so you do need a Google account. You can transfer your old Fitbit account to Google, but then it will no longer be able to be a Fitbit account at that point. Getting into the display itself, it has a 1.04-inch AMOLED display that does have a sensor for ambient light, so it will change the brightness, but you can adjust the brightness in the app itself. It is coming in at about 37 grams of weight, so it's kind of light. It has an aluminum build with its glass and a little bit of resin on the side. It's coming back with the new haptic side button, which people are a big fan of, and it's always great to just have something that you're able to do other than just the screen. It is advertised at 7 days of battery life, and always on is anywhere from 4 to 5. And with my testing and with getting a lot of workouts in, I've had the always on display on, and I'm getting anywhere from about 3 to 4, that's with GPS and a lot of workouts in, so decent battery life. But also, if you just want to put it on the charger, if you're going on a drive or if you are taking a shower, this will be a perpetual battery life that you just kind of quickly get a little recharge and then continue to have good battery life. With that, the charger itself is magnetic, and the old Charge 5 charger will work with the new Charge 6. The band itself comes with 2 sizes in the box, one for bigger and smaller wrist. I do have a smaller wrist, so that's the one that fits on for me. The old bands do work with the new band, so the 5 will work with the 6. I have the 5 right over here, and I was using more of a fabric band, so I am going to actually transfer this fabric band over and show you exactly how easy it is to transfer these bands, so it's not that bad. Also, when you are looking to recharge this will recharge in about 2 hours to get full battery life, so that's pretty good as well. This is going to have its heart rate tracking, sleep tracking. It has AFib detection, 3-axis accelerometer, and then also has a built-in GPS with GLONASS, so it does have a little bit extra accuracy with that. We have SpO2 monitoring, and we also have an EDA and an ECG scan. I'll be going over that in the user interface portion of this video. It is also rated for 50 meters of water resistance, so you can take a shower with it, you can swim with it if you like. It has Bluetooth 5.0, and it has NFC payment through Google Pay. The old Charge 5 said they were going to get Google Pay, but it never actually ended up getting Google Pay, but there is Google Pay on the new Charge 6. Let's go ahead and get into the features of this. Like I talked about, Google Pay, you can utilize NFC payment. It is a little bit inconvenient that you will have to put your PIN in. You kind of have to swipe up and down to do so. When you want to do NFC payment, they should try to restructure that with the new update, but who knows if that's ever going to happen. This also has YouTube Premium Music built in. So with that, you do need to have YouTube Premium Music to get this in onto your device. And also, you do get a free month with it, so you can try it out. There is no other music control on this, which is disappointing. I feel like that shouldn't be a big deal. YouTube Music is the only way you can kind of change music through your actual band itself. Of course, you can have notifications for your text messages, your emails, your calls, and all of that, and you can turn off them through the app itself. We'll get in the app a little bit later. But also, it has a heart rate transmission for supported gym devices. So you can share your real-time heart rate with a couple of different supported devices. I'll be posting here on the screen, but you have iFit, NordicTrack, Peloton, Concept 2, and Tonal. And it will work with some other devices as well that are not listed, but it's not all Bluetooth compatible devices. It's pretty much anything that has Bluetooth heart rate profile, and additional devices will be added in the future, they say. So you can get your workout in on Peloton and be able to see your heart rate live on it, which is going to cut down on battery a fair amount. It does come with over 40 exercise modes, so it is more than the previous Charge 5, and it's not really that big of a deal in my opinion, but if it's a big deal to you, here you go. They say it's its most advanced heart rate tracker, and they say about 60% more accurate than their other trackers, but that does not include its Pixel Watch 2 or its smartwatches. We're talking about the Versa 4 and the Sense 2. So basically we're just talking about the Charge 5, Inspire 3, and the Luxe, so it's the most advanced with that. I do think it is pretty darn accurate for what it does, so there is a plus in that regard. With its EDA scanning, it is 3 minutes to fully go through, so it does take a little bit of time, but it gives you a little bit of ideas of how you should kind of work your stress levels, which is kind of nice. So it is something built in to help with stress. That is always a big plus. You also have an ECG app that is hopefully going to be able to detect irregular heart rhythms. I do not have an irregular heart rhythm, so I cannot really test that. It said mine was normal, but it does have that built into the watch itself. Its Google Maps is actually pretty darn good. You can get turn-by-turn directions if you're actually just walking around, or if you're in a car and all you want to do is quickly swipe up your watch and be able to check to see which direction instead of looking at your phone. So that is a plus, and it's just built into the watch. All right, let's go ahead and get into the app and get into its fitness and its sleep tracking. So once you log in, it's going to give you its little today overview of what's happening, your active zone minutes, your miles you walked, your calories, and of course your steps as well. Then you have your sleep with your sleep score. If you are looking for these more advanced metrics, you will need Fitbit Premium. So your sleep profile will go in after you logged in 14 nights of sleep, which is nice. But again, you do need extra Fitbit Premium to get more advanced sleep tracking. Then of course you have your readiness score as well. I've done a couple videos on the readiness score, and I just don't think it's that accurate that you need to actually worry about too much. It is behind that premium paywall, so I really wouldn't worry too much about that. Then of course you have your exercises. If you want to get into that, my recent treadmill workout, I could just jump in and see how my heart rate was. The only spot where I had a problem was at the beginning. My heart rate spiked a little bit higher at the beginning, so it took a little bit to kind of get me, but through this interval tracking, it was pretty darn accurate, so I was pretty happy with that, with its interval tracking. I don't know if I've actually had a Fitbit device that was this good with my interval tracking, but I am pretty happy about that. Another thing I wanted to get into is the GPS tracking. I did a 5K about a couple days ago, and you can get into the actual Google Maps and you could tell I was on both sides of the road on different times. So it was very accurate as far as the distance was concerned, which is awesome. And you can see how your pace was and your heart rate zones. There are more advanced trackers like Garmin and stuff like that, but this is pretty good for what it is. Gives you zone minutes, energy burned, your heart rate throughout your entirety of your workout, and all of that, and how your laps went as well. So the GPS is pretty accurate. The old Charge 5 did have some connectivity issues, but I didn't run into any of that. And as far as its sleep tracking is concerned, Fitbit typically does have a pretty accurate sleep tracker, and I'm kind of the same type of way. It takes me a little while to fall asleep, so it sometimes does track a little bit early in the night that I am just kind of just laying in bed, not asleep, and it counts it as my awake time. But other than that, I've been very happy with its sleep tracking. I typically use my Whoop for all my sleep tracking, so it's pretty accurate even with that involved. If I needed this just to track my sleep, I would be pretty happy. And of course, since this does not have an altimeter, this will not be tracking the floors that I went up and down. That's only going to be on your more premium ones like the Versa 4 and the Sense 2 and the Pixel Watch. Health metrics is another thing that is behind the Fitbit Premium paywall. So if you are looking for extra health metrics and trends in that regard, you will need Fitbit Premium for it. Stressful and mindfulness, this is all the way here at the bottom. And it's awesome. Like I said, that EDA scan, I did one today, and it gives you a little idea. I was calm. How was I feeling? How was my management score? And how it all reflects as you go, even by month. And it gives you some ideas. Score breakdown included with Fitbit Premium, so you will need to go into Fitbit Premium to get a little bit more of a breakdown of your stress. And then you have nutrition here at the bottom. When you jump over to Coach, this is going to have a lot of different workouts and stuff like that. Some of it is free, but then some of it is going to be behind that premium paywall. So if you do have Fitbit Premium, this is going to give you some extra workouts that you would like to go through, ways to sleep better, stress less, and even workouts from different instructors if you like to. And also a couple brands are involved as well. This does come with the Fitbit Premium. We'll get into that in a sec. And of course, when you get to the U portion, if you have any community, it's here, friends are here, your goals, your badges are here as well. If you needed to get into stuff for your actual band, that top left is where you get into and you hit that Charge 6. You can go into gallery to work through the kind of watch faces you might want to go through and even customize that watch face. And then all your apps are here as well. If you like to move it up and down, you can customize all of that. And this is where you're going to set up your Google Wallet, your Google Maps, your different accessories. This is going to bring you to Fitbit.com. If you like to get into accessories, we're not going to do that. Set up your YouTube and heart rate on equipment. To be able to broadcast your heart rate on equipment is right here. Then you could do different things like change your notifications for text messages, emails, and whatnot, how you would like it to vibrate, and then even high and low heart rate notifications for those of you who need that. That's in the app. You could change your step goal and of course where the wrist placement is. Fitbit Premium. You do get 6 months free with the Charge 6. But if you would like to buy it, it is $80 yearly and it's $9.99 per month. So check it out for that first 6 months if you are going to be buying the Charge 6. But I would recommend, if you aren't using the workouts or the yoga or the recipes, I would just recommend canceling it because it's a really good device on its own and you get everything you need without the premium. All right, getting into the user interface. This is the always on display, and if you tap it, the display actually turns on. Some of these displays, if you look at that bottom right, that will change out, but it does kind of count on the display that you choose. When you swipe from up to down, this is going to go through all of your like quick settings. Do not disturb, heart rate on equipment, auto wake, and stuff like that. Find my phone, which I use a ton. Even water lock if you're going to be taking a shower. And of course, if you want to go ahead and get into the settings, you have display settings, quiet mode, turn on your heart rate, your notifications. Your vibration modes are all there. If you do want to go back, swiping from left to right does that. If you want to go into display, you can kind of change the brightness. Your auto wake and even your always on display is going to be here. I always have my always on display, and you can change it when it turns on as well. If you want to go all the way home, you squeeze it, so that's where this side button does come in. It squeezes and go all the way back home. When you swipe from the bottom to the top, this is going to give you a quick little overview of how your day is going, activity levels, your heart rate if you of course have it on, your sleep, your readiness score, SpO2 levels, how many exercises you did during the week, and of course all the way home. When you swipe from right to left, this is getting into your like widgets, your notifications. So if you would like to respond to anything, you can here. So say I wanted to respond to this text, I can go into automated quick responses and you can edit this, or you can go with an emoji or something like that. But of course you can go backwards when you swipe from left to right. Now you can keep on going through. These are where your exercises will be, your most latest one, and the ones that you do the most, but you can go into more. And then this is where all those 40 pluses are in there. And of course, swiping from left to right brings you back again. You have things like alarms. If you want to set that, countdown timers or a stopwatch is right there. This is where your EDA scan is. So if you do tap it, it will be a 3-minute countdown. When you do that, it tells you how you're kind of holding on and tells you to just breathe. And of course, you'll be holding on for those 3 minutes. And then this is also where your ECG is going to be as well. That's only 30 seconds to detect anything like AFib. This is where your Google Maps is going to be. When you tap on it, will be telling you to go onto your phone. And this is where your Google Music will be as well if you want to change from different songs. Here on the back is where you're going to have all of your sensors. And of course, this is where you're going to be placing your charger as well, and has a pretty decent magnet, so you can kind of let it even hang there as it charges. I think is a big plus. And right here is where you're going to have those quick clasps that you can put your bands on and off, and you can put them on and off relatively easily. You just did it right there. So what are my overall thoughts about the Fitbit Charge 6? This is a great device at $160. It has a great screen for fitness tracking, and overall in general, battery life is good, and you kind of even forget it is on your wrist, which I think is a big plus. Fitbit Premium is a little bit annoying, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody who is not going to be utilizing it. But if you are looking for something maybe a little bit cheaper in the Fitbit line, they do have the Luxe and the Inspire 3. Those are coming in at $100. But if you're looking for more of a smartwatch feature, you have the Versa 4 that's coming in at $200. And then you also have the Sense 2, but really between the two, I'd probably pick the Versa 4. But if you're looking for their more premium, they have the Fitbit Pixel watch. It has a great build, to be perfectly honest, and the Google Pixel Watch 2 just came out and I'm waiting on my device, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be one of the first ones to know when I get my hands on that. But this is a great device. You'll be very happy at $160. There are things like Xiaomi and Huawei that you can get a little bit cheaper, even Amazfit, but the Fitbit brand is decent. Good fitness tracking, great sleep tracking, and some decent smart features as well. If you are looking to purchase any of the devices I was talking about, I will be linking them down below, and if you use my link, a little bit of that purchase is going to help me grow my channel. If you are looking to see the differences between the Charge 6 and the Charge 5, I'll be doing a video on that coming out very shortly, so again, make sure you're subscribed. If you really enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. It's really going to help out with the YouTube algorithm to push it out to more people. And if you really enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're one of the first ones to know when my newest video does come out. But as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.